And joining me tonight, Chris Webering. We are... Thanks, David. What a leader Lillard has become for this team. The Blazers' future is certainly bright with him at the helm.
Ready to go?
And these are two of the slower teams, Chris, in the league by pace. More of a deliberate style of play.
Yeah, most teams have on their track shoes. These guys, I mean, they got on their boots. They're just walking, taking their time. But, hey, you got to have your own style of play, you know. The best thing to have in this league is an identity. So even if you play slow, play your way slow, impose your will, and then maybe you can have some success.
When you played both ways, didn't you? You played on teams that were slower and some teams that were in a track meet.
Yeah, I definitely did. You know, the East Coast, sometimes you assume that style. It was a little slower when I played. And in the West Coast, you know, that style was a little more fun for me back then, playing the faster pace. I think most players would prefer to play in the free-flowing, fast-paced offense.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Harkless and Aminu, your small and power forwards. The incredible pair of Lillard and McCollum are at the 1 and 2. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Not trying to force anything inside. Ball gets kicked out for an open look.
Here's Mitchell. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. 20 feet out. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Nurkic.
Love watching McCollum shoot the ball. He has such a pure, clean-looking Jimmy.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. And C.J. McCollum, one of those players who was a late bloomer. Chris, just over 5 feet tall as a high school freshman. Played his college career at mid-major Lehigh. It's in the Patriot League.
He had a great college career. He played all 4 seasons there. And, of course, the 10th pick in the 2013 draft. And this season, a 4-year, $100 million contract kicks in. Yeah, he's made it big time.
Favors against Aminu. Favors passes to Mitchell. Back to Favors. 5 on the clock. Here's Gobert. Tries again. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
A very shaky start for them. After 4 attempts, they're still trying to find a target.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. He feeds it to Harkless. Gobert with the block. And now with the fast break, Rubio with the ball. It's deflected. Lillard with no one around. His 3-pointers off the mark. For Utah, they've gone 0-5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Tries to snap the cold streak. Favors can't get it to go.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Favors against Aminu. There's the pick. Feeds it to Nurkic. A second chance effort. Lillard outside. There's 1:17 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Aminu, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too. And this motion offense of Terry Stotts, a great fit for the roster of the Blazers.
Well, he's a coach who builds his system around his talent, not the other way around. Great firepower, especially in the backcourt. He's done a great job of exploiting.
And Al-Farouq Aminu, one of the league's great value contracts, signed through 2019, for around $7 million a season.
Yeah, and in this era, starting players command twice that at least. That helps with ballooning payroll. I mean, and Aminu's happy, getting consistent minutes in court.
Lillard on top, covered by Rubio. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Trailblazers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And the technical free throw is good.
And Damian Lillard, the originator of 4-Bar Friday. Last season, he released the letter O, his album. Featured some pretty big names.
Passes to Aminu. To the inside. Here's Nurkic. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Nurkic has got 6 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Mitchell. He's guarded by McCollum. Mitchell dishes to Favors. Sinks that one from the post. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And finished off by Nurkic.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Well, I love how they've done it. They've built this huge lead with points in the paint, dominating physically.
And he makes that one.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Now here's Lillard. They set the pick. He kicks it to Nurkic. With 2 seconds left, he can't get it to go. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance here. Jazz trail by 8.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah.
On the court right now for the Trail Blazers. Lillard and McCollum, the star-studded backcourt. Aminu and Nurkic up front. And it's Harkless in at the 3 slot. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And this Jazz organization operating in a small market, but over the years, so competitive.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times teams want to take shortcuts to contention. The Jazz know they're not going to win the free agent bidding wars. That creates a kind of discipline that they're looking to build from within.
Here's Nurkic. Second shot opportunity. Utah with the rebound.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the layup. The movement and the shot selection are good there, but you can't hit them all.
Tries it from 19. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Out to Favors, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Trailblazers leading by 8. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. It's stolen by Gobert. And here's the fast break. The kick out to Crowder. Gobert the pass to Mitchell. He can't get that one to fall.
Wow, he's really been dragging him down tonight.
Here's Nurkic, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Nurkic has got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers. And for Damian Lillard, Chris, last season arguably his best yet as far as individual numbers are concerned. And yet again, he was snubbed for an All-Star game.
Well, he just calls it wood on fire. I mean, Lillard, a 2-time All-Star, he probably should have made it a few more times. I know he feels that way, but he's not focused on the accolades. He's focused on winning.
From deep. Offensive rebound. Here's Nurkic. Great D that time from Favors.
His struggles this quarter continue. D's done a good job.
It's deflected. They retain possession. Back to Crowder. Harkless with the steal. Baseline jumper. And stolen by Favors. Here's Mitchell. He's guarded by McCollum. It's Crowder on the wing. Rubio dishes to Crowder. And there's the pass to Favors. 4 on the clock. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket for Mitchell.
Did anybody see any defensive presence on that play? I mean, he's not going to blow that layup. It was wide open.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
And the chance to draw up a great play. I mean, this is a chess match at work.
Joe Ingles is checked in for Jay Crowder. Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Turner comes in for Harkless. We've got 1:13 left in the first half. Lillard against Rubio. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Jazz trail by 7. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Over Collins. That one off the back iron and out.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Nurkic the pass to Turner. Lillard outside. Pass to McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 7th assist in the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Gobert dishes to Mitchell. And stolen by Lillard. Fires from 14. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Trailblazers lead by 11. Collins grabs the miss. Nobody near Nurkic. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so that's the end of the first half. Trailblazers lead. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 11. Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it.
That's it for halftime.
The streets and buildings of Salt Lake City lit up gorgeously as we welcome you back to the action here in Utah. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the... Chris, you've been broadcasting as an analyst for the better part of a decade now. Talk about your process when you personally prepare for a broadcast, prepare for a game.
Wow, that's crazy. It is almost the better part of a decade. It doesn't seem that long. I can't believe I've been retired that long, but...
I know.
Right? I can't. Wow, time flies,
I can't
man.
either.
I have to thank so many of the guys that I've worked with that have taught me kind of how to do it. But my process is kind of like a basketball game when I play. There's a scouting report. I look at the scouting report. I look at the stats for the season. I compare the two teams. I look at this. If I was playing for Team A, what would we have to do? What would my role be? And then I look at it for Team B. I love coaching and management and looking at all those things. And so it gives me a chance to play all those roles and then come up with the game plan. And then from there, I just try to make sure I kind of stick to the rules of commentating when we start the game and go from there. But my preparation is really to get deep into the numbers of each team, but then more importantly, how they've been playing, add that context of what I did as a player, and I know what the teams are going through along with all those analytics, and then kind of just let it fly, and hopefully the fans have fun watching it, but that's my process.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Utah, the tough defending Favors and Gobert make up the big men. Mitchell is out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Crowder in at the 3. Out to the right wing. Fires from 18. Here's Favors, and Derek Favors with the slam.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out, and to have a player like that allows your team to excel.
A different look now for Portland. Ed Davis is checked in for Nurkic. Pat Connaughton comes in for McCollum, and it's Napier in for Damian Lillard. Portland leading by 12. Turner with it, guarded now by Rubio. Rubio against Turner. Davis setting the pick for Turner. Davis with a screen on Rubio, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
Well, the Blazers' offense is based on flow and movement. A lot of screens off the ball creating openings for their shooters.
And Utah making a change here. Ingles is checked in. And the Blazers, one of the better offensive teams in the league, very unpredictable.
Well, they keep the defense moving and reacting. They keep the weak side occupied, not stagnant, with a lot of isolation or post-ups.
And Favors kicks to Rubio. Right side Favors. And the layup is good. Favors got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he just exploited the size mismatch, and he's getting easy looks tonight.
To the middle, here's Davis. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Jazz shooting their first free throws of the game. The first free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And as great of a free throw shooter as he is, it's still a part of his game. He works very hard at it.
To the paint. It's deflected. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Jazz trail by 10. Ball's knocked loose. And here is Turner. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And it's sent back by Mitchell. Here's Ingles. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Lillard. He has 6. It's McCollum on the wing. Aminu against Favors. Harkless kicks to Nurkic. Gobert with the block.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call, but let's see what they do right now.
Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Mitchell. The shot, no good. Good D by McCollum.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm, and if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Here's Mitchell.
Oh, goodness.
Where did that come from? That was beautiful.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. Fella's going to hurt somebody with a dunk like that. Probably will hurt himself.
Oh, there's too much fun to be had.
Well, unless you're the defense there, that's getting shown up in a big way.
Here's Nurkic. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Portland shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Free throw good. Nurkic. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
That's just a lack of communication. 2 guys just not on the same page.
Now McCollum. He got it!
Wow.
It's good. It's good.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
Huge basket there. That's a highlight reel shot right there.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Right back after this break. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, good rhythm. Good.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Trailblazers leading by 15. Well, you look around the NBA, and there are some incredible athletes. Chris, in your opinion, which players in the league right now are the most physically imposing when you see them in action?
Three people come to mind. First, DeAndre Jordan, just his size and stature, and then when you see him run like a little fella and jump with the best of them, it is so intimidating seeing him out there on that court. LeBron, I mean, you still might say he has the best basketball body ever, being that 6'7", 6'8" frame, whatever he goes by with a bunch of muscle behind it, being able to use his quickness and strength to get to the post, you just have to love it. And then Antetokounmpo, one of the most unique players we've seen with his length, his size, Mr. Stretch Armstrong, but he gets it done on both ends of the floor, and I just think his unique body style and skill set makes him fun to watch as well.
And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, McCollum at the 2 with Harkless playing the 3. Aminu and Nurkic up front, and it's Lillard in at the point guard position.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half, more effort as well, and their offense starting to show signs of life.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Davis is checked in. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one, guys.
Trailblazers leading by 8. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Inside, Rubio comes with the double team, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Here's Mitchell. Good D by McCollum. Portland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Lillard, Gobert with the block, but he gets it back. Lillard, the pass to Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Lillard is great at spotting the open man. He knows it's his responsibility to get his guys going.
Here's the 3. The shot off that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Aminu dishes to McCollum. Pass to Harkless. The feed to Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Harkless. Here's Aminu, and that one comes up a bit short.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
Here's Ingles, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within single digits. The Jazz making a switch here. Favors is checked in, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Nurkic checked in for Ed Davis. Rubio against Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. They get Derek Favors.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Mitchell, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It goes on C.J. McCollum. Good on the first, and that brings them within single digits. Both good from the line that time. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. He dishes it to Aminu, and Aminu slams it in.
McCollum is always aware. Fantastic skipping the ball over to the open man.
They get the rebound. Favors. Nurkic with the block.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Portland.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jusuf Nurkic.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
Well, in every season, Lillard seems to up the ante. He continues to hone his craft. He's a special, special point guard.
And the second free throw, good. Jazz have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Here's Mitchell. He is guarded by McCollum. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Raul Neto's checked in for Utah. 44 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. McCollum left side. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 14. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. And there's a whistle. That goes on Neto. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. That free throw good from Lillard. And the Utah Jazz back in 2014, the worst defensive team in the league by points per possession. Greg, it's been a dramatic turnaround.
One of the premier defensive teams now in our league in terms of their imposing paint presence. Not a team that gambles for steals or deflections. They keep you in front and force you to play over the top.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh, yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 11 assists. Ingles can't get it to go. McCollum. And the miss. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.